I'm Kikostego, and this video series has a content warning. If you're somewhat sensitive, please go watch some other stuff on the channel. And if you're good, let's get into it. Try to snag in all this longing. Yeah, okay, we did make it. Okay, so we need to proceed to the cabin.
In the wood.
Yeah.
There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling. That's a
Aw.
little dark, buddy. You feeling okay? I'm feeling nothing.
We got
I
some
like that
different
just
friends
fine.
here, so...
It's our third. What gave it away? Your open discussions. I'm afraid so you. That's because it's not. And now you. Yeah. Then. Oh, I. Why? Because you. Was it we? There was out of the world. And if. I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. And we have all. You aren't here. That's what you say. We can't. Okay. Why? Because. Is it? Yes. For all. Of course it may. This is. As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mould and death and stagnant water. The once stately wooden building is bloated, its beams dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition. It must have been beautiful once, but in its ruin, it is beyond repulsive. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the rotting wood of the wall. Is that her? It's like she isn't even there. See? We killed her. You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all
Get over the mirror.
dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we slay her. Maybe this place has decided we don't need to try that again. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going.
Okay, so approach the
Make your way
mirror.
to the door at the end of the room.
Yeah, wipe the mirror.
So much for our reflection. No way left.
Enter the
The door to the
basement.
basement groans open. The air is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark
I don't think this was
waters.
flooded the last time we
There she
saw
is
her.
again. Barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment.
So I wonder what
Then she
changed.
vanishes around the
Or maybe I'm just losing my mind. Okay, proceed down the stairs.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead. She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is. Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind games. If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this?
True, but I guess if
The
her
talk
specter
cut
leaves,
short
it
by the
counts.
sound of a slamming door.
But it's a specter.
Clicking lock.
Well, I guess they have to leave with
You
me.
turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. Yeah, this is tricky. But let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Yep. I done messed up. I pressed the wrong button, and I apologize. But it says we're supposed to rush to the door, so rush to the door.
The princess eyes you with a disaffected gaze as you rush up the stairs, but you don't make it past the first few steps.
What happens?
The door bursts
Oh, jeez.
open, a powerful wave of water crashing down towards you. You're swept up in the flood. Your head slams into the basement wall.
Brain damblage.
You come to a moment later.
Or drain
suspended in
blamblage.
darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out. It's so dark and cold, I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this? Just keep breathing, we'll figure this out. Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way. But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle. You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her.
Ew.
The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness. I get it. We shouldn't have killed her. Just get it away from us, please.
That's probably the most disturbing one yet.
The past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix. And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think, like we should have been doing all along. But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse. And all the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless, as unfeeling as the weight around your ankle.
Your lungs filled with water, the same as mine filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
I'm sorry! But your lungs don't fill, and both she and her bones are gone. Something has taken them away and left something else in their place. That was actually very good. I like that one a lot. And all this longing is done.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No. We're leaving that bloated bitch in the ocean where she belongs. Approach the mirror. Ignore gaze, proceed, approach. What happens now? Oh, we also got a deep heart, so that's cool. Knives out and masks off. What's that? We need to get to the witch. We take the blade, enter the basement, say nothing, and just stab her, apparently. Without uttering a word, you charge the princess.
So much for finding an easy way out. I can't believe you're making us work for it.
Better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, at least.
As you close the distance, readying your strike, the princess's chain falls from her wrist.
She takes advantage of your split second of surprise and throws a fistful of dirt into your eyes.
Jeez. Playground rules, I guess.
Those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. It's a shame we're playing opposite teams. This is why you couldn't just abandon her here. Left to her own devices, she would always find a way out. Now stop her.
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know about you. We're both so very awful.
Kinda.
As you brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you, and you can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
She buries her teeth deep into your chest, tearing it. Great, she's distracted. Stab her in the back. In for a penny, right? Why not?
Yeah. She just ripped off my nipple with her mouth.
Plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
Ugh.
Ha, you bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous, absolutely wretched. Just like me.
Match made in heaven.
So what? Throw her off us. Kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty.
She literally threw dirt in my face. Fuck it, we fight dirty.
Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise. Are we? At the bottom of the barrel?
You're damn right, we're scummy.
We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. If that's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? No arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop?
Maybe we'll get out of the barrel.
You'll stop right here if you keep daydreaming. Don't let yourself get distracted thinking about what comes after. None of us ever said we stopped fighting. And what a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the Book of Honourable Combat, both you and the princess have broken 12 times over. That's nice and all, but are we winning? Nobody's winning. I thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows. Still, at least you're not losing.
True.
The princess cackles maniacally as the fracas continues. But behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood. Wait, what's going on? We're establishing a newer, better pecking order.
What?
No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise? Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time.
I wouldn't say unless it was important.
I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening? Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound of the basement getting smaller.
What?
Do you hear that, you pathetic wretch? Those are the roots
Oh,
of
the
bottom.
wild.
They're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Excuse me, what? You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit. And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
That's right. They're coming for you. And they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
Is this gonna lead me to the wilds again? I don't know what to do, to be honest. I guess we'll go out fighting, because I don't know what to pick.
The princess once more, and once more the two of you fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. Not until it's too late. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her, and all she can do is watch you. At first it's almost gentle. The two of you lift it delicately off the ground, but the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness, and that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict.
It's like anaconda trees.
Is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement. Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and flesh swelling with trapped blood. But still she smiles through it all.
I can't wait to do this again. You wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Toxic relationships.
Pressure is unbearable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding as everything tightens.
Ugh.
And then you pop.
You pop.
Everything goes dark,
We
and you
popped.
die.
Okay, we're at the wild again.
Passing glance.
I don't think there's any we need
Shut
for the
up.
wild.
The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
Hi. It's 3 days later and I don't have a good excuse. Let's get back into it. Okay, I guess the next achievement we are going for is the blind leading the blind. Okay, we need to go to the Eye of the Needle to get this one. So let's go there. Okay, we got to the basement landing. And we have to take the
Without
blade.
missing a step, you grab the blade from the altar.
So you do want to fight me? Good.
We're almost there. Don't think about almost. We're there when we're there. And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it.
She
right.
definitely has step on me, mommy
There's
vibes.
nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Oh, I know I'm not worth that. Okay.
Strike true. Be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Are you sure you want to do this? You're free now and out here. I have the upper hand, but we don't have to fight.
The princess scoffs.
Free? This is just another place. This is just... What is this? Where are we? This doesn't feel right. It's cold.
Threw her off.
Why is it so cold? I feel so tired.
Because you're joining the void. Okay, that was the blind leading the blind. That's done. Yeah. And then we gotta go to Restless Thoughts. Yeah, I don't care what you think.
I'm begging you. Don't.
Ignore them. Okay, Restless Thoughts are for the prisoner. So let's get to there. Okay, they want us to slay her.
Without a moment of hesitation, you charge the princess, your blade primed to deliver a lethal strike.
She looks pissed.
I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
As you move to strike the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists.
She gonna choke me again?
In
She
an
very
instant,
will.
they're around
Yeah.
your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Drop it, or you die.
No.
I thought this was going to be a safe move, but she's going to kill us. Just listen to her. Do what she says. How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed. And
She's
you
only able to
have
be
your
trusted
pristine
maybe
blade
50% of the
in
time.
her before she ends you.
Maybe. It says to slay her, so slay the princess again.
You steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking.
I don't like how squishy that stab noise sounded.
Loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
That was more farty than I was intending.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge.
Oh, the one thing we are here in this channel is petty.
That means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
My reward.
I don't like this. It was too easy. It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. Plus, he said there'd be a reward. I'd appreciate a reward right about now. You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises? It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone.
Yeah, you got a point. Dwelling on the past will just drive you crazy.
And especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty, and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get
Wait.
there.
How's my... Unless he gives me something different. How's an eternity stuck in a room with nothing to do a blessing?
Without it. With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
Is it?
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
Okay, open the door and accept your
Open the cabin
reward.
door,
Yeah.
ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
Sassy.
If everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Like hell it is.
Okay, I think the last time we were here, we said, that's bullshit, let us out of here, but this time, we need to hit, I don't know, I'm pretty okay with this.
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I'm going to accept my reward now.
That's great. Congratulations. You've earned it. More happy time passes.
Why is he all of a sudden echoey?
Though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is. Not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. He's just saying things.
Yeah, he does a lot of
Voices'
that.
protestations fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
I mean, I'll take that existence.
No, you stop that. Stop all this nonsense. You really don't want to be happy, do you?
Have a
Still,
voice ruin your happy ending.
Let's
Relentless
use it on
thoughts.
ourselves and start over.
Skeptic's gonna kill me this
Suggesting you
time.
kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Nope, rope, please. They never listen to me when I ask. I guess we'll slay ourselves because we already got the achievement, so
You
wherever we end up
goddamn
next.
spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Yes, Mr. Sassy. Okay, we're at the gray again. So that's awful. I think I think we need more achievements for her, so let me check real quick. Oh, maybe not. We got a bright heart and burning down the house. So I don't actually think we need anything for her. So we'll meet you back at the beginning. Okay, now we need fight, which I believe is another beast one. So we'll go to the beast. Okay, first thing we need to do is move. And then, what do you want? Don't ask her what she wants, just slay her.
Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not.
Okay, then we hit, but why? Why do you want to kill me?
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse.
What's worse than that?
What she wants
Well, I guess
only
torture,
matters
but,
if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Okay, they say... wait for her to strike and hit her back.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain.
Gotta fight.
We just have to stay alive. If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten your grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you. You're sent sprawling, and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her. And she wounded us. Bad trade.
Yeah?
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery. You collapse to the floor, and she wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
You're gonna eat me
No,
again?
that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour
Get good,
you.
son.
And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Well, we're not dead, but you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
The den. Oh god, do I
You're
need
on
any,
a path
any
in the
achievements for the den?
Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger?
When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you.
Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
And how do you intend to do that?
We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows.
Well, no complaints here. Now, hold on. We're not just going to let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we?
Well, I'm glad he said that, because we're going to try to do coup de grace.
She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
Okay, we're gonna proceed to the cabin.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do. So, we need a plan.
We've already been over the plan.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
It's enough of a plan that we need.
Last time.
I don't like this. I'll try to keep us breathing.
Okay,
The
proceed.
interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's not a very big one.
Is no one going to mention the mirror?
We don't care about the mirror. We do need to take the blade,
What are
though.
you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement.
Take the blade.
Take the steel. You pull the blade from the stump. Good.
Approach the mirror.
It is so.
Wave the
Reach
mirror.
forward and wave your hand over the open hole.
Say nothing and proceed down the stairs. Step into the shadows and try to lure her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement.
And what? You're going to turn around the second she runs for us? You'll get us killed, you pathetic fool.
I do what I want, bitch.
There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape.
Stop it! Fight her!
The conflict in
I'm
your
getting
heart,
cold
though
already.
usually of little consequence, slows you down just enough. You don't make it into the tunnel before you feel her hot breath at your back, rushing up your spine and closing in on your neck as her teeth press into your skin and...
Why didn't it work?
Death. Again.
But death doesn't come, it's time to leave, memory returns. Okay, why did that not work?
Where does she go?
Maybe because we had the one guy. Approach the mirror, gaze in your reflection. Proceed. Weird. Ready to go back. I guess next go around we'll try to do that one. Or whenever I get there. Because we're already on the second page. There was only 3 pages. So what's next? I didn't hear no bell. Okay, we need to go to the adversary. Oh, I can't get to the adversary again. Okay. Now we'll try for I didn't hear no bell.